Alright, here we go. Let's talk about 2 again. Alright, so 5 in red is IHI, or IH, okay? Then pink, HG. And then green is at GF, or X plus 18. And then this black, that black piece is X plus 19. That goes from H to F. And then the purple is G to I. And they didn't tell us what HG was. So usually we'll be able to, because there's 2 HGs, we would add this plus this and then take away one of those HGs. That's what normally we did. But this one, they tricked us. They didn't give us an HG. So we have to kind of be a little smarter. Okay? This one's a lot harder. But it's not that bad. Same principle. Okay? Same principle. It's all algebra. You figure out what something equals, and you figure out what something equals. As long as they equal each other, we're good. Right? Okay? So think of it like this. If I have this black one, which is X plus 19, wouldn't that equal this pink one and the green one? Right? Okay? So it's HG, and I don't know what that is. It's HG plus the green X plus 18. Do we all see that? Okay? So that's the black one, right? Is equal to the green X plus 18 plus the HG. Whatever HG is. Alright. Then we have the purple one. Okay? The purple one, would you not agree that the purple one is equal to the red one plus the pink one? Right? So if we have the red, which is 5, plus HG, should equal this 2x plus 20. Right? So, going back to, so the 20 is equal to the red plus the pink. We all kind of see that? Right? No? Yes. Okay. You all agree that the red plus the pink is the purple? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Then we're there. You just don't see it yet. Because if I can make this line equal HG, and I can make this line equal HG, then basically, if I say that this piece equals HG and this piece equals HG, then don't they equal each other? No. Doesn't that make sense? Because they're both HG. Right? So if they're both HG, then they have to equal each other. Does that make sense? Yeah. Same thing. First of all, I need to know what let me set this up. What allows me to set this up? What can I say? What allows me to go, okay, this segment plus this segment equals that segment? What postulate lets you say that? That 2 segments add up to be a 3rd segment.
Segment addition postulate?
Yeah, come on guys, come on. I'm leading you like, oh, fishy. Fish on, okay? Just, alright, segment, addition, postulate, right? Now we wrote that down before, so we know what we're saying. And so this and this are the same thing. Feel me? All right. I'm going to start. I don't do this very often, so since I'm only looking at this board, I'm going to zoom in on that board. Okay? And that way, I'm getting that whole, a little bit better view when you're looking at it online. All right, next. Like I said before, I want to get HG to equal this. So what do I got to do? How do I get HG? How do I move this piece? What would I do? Subtract. So subtract x plus 8. 18, right? What do I do to one side? I got to do to the other. So subtract x plus 18. Is that right? So let's rewrite that. So that's x plus 19, right? Minus x plus 18 is equal to hg. Do we all see that piece? Does that make sense? And we're going to do the same thing to this guy. Right? How do I get hg alone? How do I get hg alone here?
It is alone.
No, it's not. It's got plus 5.
Is it minus 5?
Minus 5. Because there's two equations here. Okay? Now what's nice here is I can actually just do those real quick, right? I could say, what is 20 minus 5?
15.
That was easy. This one, let's take a step to do that. But for this one, that's easy. Okay? I can say that that's 2x plus 15 equals hg. Okay? Is that right? Okay? So, what do we call that? What do we call that? What did we do in both steps? Subtraction,
Property of equality.
property of equality. So subtraction, property of equality. Okay? Alright, here it comes. Here it comes. Okay? Now, technically, what we should have done was call this step 1, step 2. Step 3, step 4. And then you would have had step 1 and step 2 be right here, and step 3, step 4 would have been right there. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot. I'm letting you kind of get away because this is the first chapter. I'm not trying to kill you on the double proof right now. Okay? But that's technically what we should have done. This next one is a little new to you. We did talk about it once. Okay? And what it is like, it makes sense, right? If these both equal hg, then they equal each other. Doesn't that make sense? They both equal hg, then they equal each other. So then x plus 19 minus x plus 18 is equal to 2x plus 15. You all see that? Okay, but what's that called? That's the question. And that is called the transitive property. We talked about it. Remember that property where we said if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C? That's that property, okay? If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. If you can understand this, who understands these signs right now? Got one, right? Remember, this sign is if, A equals B, this sign is and, B equals C, and this sign is then, A equals C. If you can understand that, that's the other half to chapter 2. So there's two parts to chapter 2. There's this, and there's this. If you understand those two things, chapter 2 is cake. Literally. Okay? Can we turn the music down? You can't hear me if you're listening to music that loud. So whoever has it up, turn it down. It's rude. Okay? You need to be writing this down. Or you need to leave. Because if you're not writing this down, there's no reason to be in here. Okay? Alright, so, step 4. This is not easy, people. This is not easy. I'm trying to help. This is on your test. This is your test. Okay? Alright. What do I do? Now it should be easier. Now we're kind of in the realm of where we've been before. You know, before it was tough because we're like, oh no, they didn't give us HG. We're used to them giving us HG.
Well, don't you have to get those numbers out of parentheses first?
Yes. So I need to actually give this to everybody on the block. What's that called?
The
Distribution, right? So now I have x plus 19 minus x minus 18 equals 2x plus 15. And what do we call that? We call it distribution, right? Okay. And then what do? Well, doesn't these cancel? Right? What's x minus x? No x, 0, right? What's 19 minus 18? 1. Okay? So 1 equals 2x plus 15. And what do we call that? Simplify. Okay? Then what?
Minus 15 from both sides.
Yeah, minus 15, minus 15. So I get minus 14 is equal to 2x. And what do we call that? Sorry, that's 6. What do we call that?
Subtraction property.
Yeah, subtraction property of equality. And then what?
Right.
Divide?
Division property of equality.
So divide by 2, I get negative 7 equal x. Okay? So that is subtraction or division property of equality, right? Alright, so then I'm going to come over here because I'm running out of space. So I'm going to open this video up a little bit more. Okay? And I got to come over here and write the end of it because they didn't ask us what x was. What did they ask us? What HF is.
What do you mean HG?
Well, they only asked us what HF was. They said find HF. It was actually easier than that. Well, we had to figure out, we had to set it for HG. But all we wanted to do is find HF. We can't do that if we don't know X. So what do? We plug it in, right? So we go, okay, HF equals what? What is HF? X plus 19. Right? Except we're going to put in negative 7. We're going to use the, well, we'll use a different color. So, negative 7, right? Okay, what lets us do that? What's it called? When we plug in? Substitution. Okay, so this is 8. Alright, what's 9? Negative 7 plus 19?
Simplify.
Yeah, simplify, good. Okay, and that would be how much? 12. Bang. Woo! That was a tough one. Yeah? I'm going to keep that one just on its own. That one was rough. That one was rough. Okay? How do we